What's going on, beautiful people? Shawbo RP back with another message. And today's message is activate your hidden potential. Yup. Activate your hidden potential. All of us have been going through life for the most part, conditioned, influenced, and told how to be or what to be. With so many different people, so many different influences, so many attractive things to mold us into the person that we've developed into at this point. For a lot of us, we still not comfortable with who we are because we still hanging around people that we know don't mean us no good. We still working jobs that don't suit our inner calling. We still have a belief system that don't support our reality. And we have things hindering us from within that we're still holding on to from past experiences. And with all that being said, we allow the smaller voice inside of us to defeat the bigger voice inside of us that tells us that we are more than good, we are great, that we may not be perfect, but we are perfect imperfections, and that we can have the life that we desire, and we can create the life that is for us, and that we know is for us. We usually have this hidden potential because of our background, how we are raised, people that we choose to be around, or in some cases it can be something that you bring on yourself, insecurity, being doubtful, you know what I mean, putting yourself in critical situations, having critical thinking, being too hard on yourself, starting projects and not finishing them, second guessing yourself, getting happy about a project and putting all your energy, your money, and your time to invest in this, and then somebody that means so much to you comes along and kill your pride, your joy, your ego, your driving ambition, or whatever that you had going for yourself, just for you to kick it up under the rug when you just knew before you talked to them or that them coming around that this was going to be a success. You have to know that you desire what you deserve and you deserve what you desire. You have to understand, overstand, and understand that you are God. And you know, a lot of people like to debate that fact, but I'm going to tell you right now, even in your good book it said that, isn't it written in your laws that ye two are gods? Yeah. Pure talk. So you must act like one. Of course you're not the big G, you the little G. You know what I mean? You the little G. We know the Most High the big G. You know what I mean? But you got to know your perspective, know your place, and always create. Tap in. That's what you're here for. Like, we have this molecule, this flesh, or whatever you want to call it. But this is not the real us. It's not. Pure talk. You are a spiritual being having a human experience, as I've said before. And the goal here is to go through life, trials and tribulations, problems and issues, face all these different things in your own individual way, and you determine if that was a win or a fail. You determine if you did good or bad. You determine if you made good or bad choices based on the level that you are in life, based on your perspective of where you want to be. Look at yourself and ask yourself, are you really happy? Is this really what you want to be doing? Is this how you really want to be making money? Are you really helping people the way that you want to? Or are you really helping people to your best ability, knowing that this is what you really want to do? Are you really, really being who you know yourself to be? And then you got to ask yourself, are you making excuses? Because successful people don't make excuses. Of course, they made a few excuses and made a couple wrong turns in the beginning of their path, like a lot of people do. But when you really want something, that want turns into a desire, and you strive to the fullest capacity, maximum, to go after it and get it. You know what I mean? And then sometimes, you know, you got to do stuff you don't want to, but that's where your manhood and your womanhood comes into play. You put the limits and the boundaries on yourself for what you're gonna do and what you're not gonna do, which allows you to still be a creative genius without selling your soul. You know what I mean? And I tell people all the time, selling your soul is not just being in industries. You can sell your soul by lowering yourself and lowering your standards to be in relationships that don't suit you, to be at jobs that don't really suit you, to be doing things for people that you know is not good for you nor them, to be deceiving people, whatever it may be. Yeah. So you got to understand, if you want to be successful, success has got to be like the main thing that's on your mind and on your heart. That has to be your full focus, so it can be all the attention that you pay. You pay all of your attention to that. And success, it's not always about money. It's not always about houses and cars or relationships. Success is about living the life that you truly desire to live, whether other people understand it or not. You know what I'm saying? But the only way to really get there is to tap in your inner self. You know what I'm saying? And to understand, and overstand that the world is going to be however it's going to be. But you have to figure out, what are you going to be? Anybody can do anything, but what are you being? You know, and how is that helping yourself, the people around you, and mankind as a whole? You know what I mean? You got to think about that. People who are successful look upon life with radiant expression, with cheerful energy. See, one thing about successful people, you ain't gonna hear them too many times say things ain't working for me, or the day's a bad day, or don't nobody like me. Nah, they gonna always feel like everything is working for them, even the bad things, because they know there's some things that are out of their control. But what they can control is themselves and the way that they feel about whatever it is that they are experiencing. So with that in itself is enough power to stay on track and align yourself with your desires regardless of what you're going through. People get distracted and respond and react to situations that mean them no good, and 9 times out of 10 they got themselves involved in that situation. Things just didn't work out the way that they want them to. You get what I'm saying? But you have to, once you start to take full responsibility and take accountability for your actions and your experiences, you start to take full control of your life, and then you become in control of your destiny. That's how you get the life that you desire, based on the person who you become, based off of you going within to activate your hidden potential. I know a lot of y'all done been in relationships, and in the beginning you was like, ooh, this man or this woman got the potential to do this or got the potential to do that. But they never tap into the potential. And that's how you are with yourself. You don't have the credentials of life or of experience, or however you want to label it, that meets what you desire, because you have not tapped into that potential that you keep hidden. You keep living this basic life playing it safe. You keep taking the blame for others in situations that's not your fault, and you don't take the blame for situations that are your fault. You make excuses for why you're not doing this or not doing that. You make excuses for why it won't work, or you let other people talk you out of it. You have to always tell yourself, even if you feel like you're lying to yourself, you have to consciously program your subconscious and conscious and super conscious mind that you can do this, you can do whatever. And for you Christians, you all know that y'all can do all things through Christ who strengthens y'all. So those who believe in that, use that. If you believe in Buddha, Gandhi, or whatever, use that. If you believe in God, the Most High, and the direct connection to source energy, then use that. Long as it's someone of high-mindedness and light, it's cool. But you can go within with full knowledge of self and activate that from yourself, from within, for yourself, from and by and through the Creator, Most High, and or source energy. Now, when people speak great things over themselves and other people's lives, like if a person tell you, if somebody music whack and somebody be like, keep going now, I'm telling you, you got the potential, you can make it. they might sound like real live garbage. But they got a good beat selection. They got a nice voice. They pick good words, but they ain't rhyming good. They ain't catching the beat good. But if they keep going, they have the potential to be something great with that mic. And people might sit back and be like, man, why you tell that lie? Man, I ain't lying. I ain't trying to shatter their dreams. But I know that you got to start somewhere. And I also know that you don't get the way you're going by giving up. You don't get the way you're going by ignoring what you truly want to do based on something not working out for you at that moment. You have to keep practicing. That's why practicing exists. You have to keep trying. Yeah, then it becomes second nature to you, and you get rewarded for it based on how far you take it. But it's already a given. You know what I mean? Everything that you want to possess and everything that you can see yourself doing and being already is a reality for you. All you got to do is go in your mind and in your heart and pull it out and make it your reality. That's what successful people do. If you don't do nothing else, always remember that can't nobody live your life for you. So that has a lot to do with the choices that you make. You have to make choices and decisions based on how you feel and what you know. You can ask other people for their advice all day. And you know, all of us get in a slump and we soak sometimes to the point where we need somebody to talk to. We do need somebody to give us advice, but most of the time, you know what you're supposed to do and what you need to do. You just need somebody else to tell it to you. You need somebody else to make it make sense to you. You need somebody else to show you in their own way that they understand where you're coming from. And in other cases, you just be a little weak and you need somebody with some strength to be like, I don't care what you say, you gonna make this happen. I don't know, you ain't finna give up. Man, is you crazy? Like, you sound real stupid right now. You better believe in your people that's like that are your friends and they mean well. Keep them. Keep them. Because you should be that hard on yourself and you should go that hard plus 10 times more on yourself, because it is self, and self is a part of all things, which is self itself. Now I know that right there was a little tongue twisting over y'all head, but these are pure talk and facts, because everything is one. So there's no way you cannot create your own reality. Activate your hidden potential so you can get your given credentials. Pure talk.